Hi and welcome back to Quill Pod Creations video tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how I learned to make brick stitch porcupine quill earrings from my mother. We're going to use size 10 short needle and size 13 long beading needles. So 2 different sizes, and we have a nylon size 0 9 thread, size 11 seed beads, some bugle beads, and some natural color porcupine quills. The 2 needles that we're using is the size, like I said, the size 13 is longer, thinner, and the 10 is short. The 10 will be used for the upper brick stitch, and the size 13 will be used for the fringe. And the first thing we're going to do is do the bugle beads with both needles. We're going to put the needles through the bugle bead in alternate directions. One way and the other way. So we have both needles attached to the bugle bead. And then we're just going to keep adding a bugle bead on. Putting the one needle through one way and the other needle back to the opposite way, and kind of put them in the row, the base row, and like a ladder stitch kind of. So, and that both needles will be attached to the row of bugle beads when we're finished. You can put on as many as you want, depending how big you want it and what you want it to look like, but I'm just going to do 7 real quick small earring. And we'll get that, all 7 of them on there, pull it together, and that is your base row. Now the short size 10 needle is what we will use to do the brick stitch triangle for the top of the earring. And you're going to go through the loops that were made with those bugle beads. In between each bugle bead there's a space there. You go through that loop, go back up through the bead, add the next bead through the next loop, go back up through. That's basically your brick stitch that will create that triangle top. The first row all done. Just a basic blue all the way across, turn it over, and then I'm going to put a little bit of color in that triangle to match the fringe. Run that, and your triangle will to crease on its own, going through those loops. Turn it over and continue on until that triangle is finished. Once you get to the top of that triangle and add that last bead, and then that is what you will where you will attach the loop that the earring wire will go through. Just put on 7 to 10 beads, the colors in it, to create that loop. Get that loop made, and I usually take it and I go back through the loop just to reinforce it, because that's where the earring wire is going to attach. And then we'll tie off that short beading needle and take that thread off, and then your size 13 needles are already attached to create the bottom, and we'll have to sort out our porcupine quills. Getting is the amount we need for the fringe. Making sure they're basically the same size. And you want that brown or that black on the end. Making sure they're reasonably straight and the same size. And pick out what you need. And then we're going to have to trim them. Porcupine quill has a follicle end on one. That's the part that is inside the porcupine. And then there's a barbed end. It's very sharp. And if you get stuck by it, it doesn't come out easy. I don't like to snip them because they fly around the room and they're very painful to step on. So I put it into a piece of styrofoam and then snip off that barbed end, and it stays in there. Styrofoam rather than flying around the room. And just snip all those off, making sure you leave some of that black part on it. And then once we get all the barbed ends cut off, just even them all up. Get them all even together. Then we're going to snip off the follicle end as short as the shortest quill that we have. So we just even them all up and then just snip them off. And then I started with 10 beads on that first row, the first fringe, to start that first one. And then you're just going to add 3 to each fringe so it gets longer to the middle. And then you're going to have that needle. That's why you have the size 13 needle. It's very thin and long, and it's going to be able to go all the way through that porcupine quill. It's thin enough that it will be able to pass back through when you come back up. So having that needle already attached and ready to go makes it nice. And so you put 3 beads on the end. Make that little triangle at the bottom of your fringe. So put those 3 on, and then you go back up through the whole fringe. Having that long beading needle makes it easier to go through all the beads. And then it's thin enough to go back through, make another pass through that porcupine quill, going all the way up. And then once you get to the top, you're going to go up through the bugle bead and then back down through the next bugle bead, ready to start the next one. And you're just going to continue that on, going in and out of those bugle beads. Add 3 beads to make it a little longer. Add the next porcupine quill. And get it tied up there. And you just continue that on until you get all those fringes done. Back down through that next bugle bead. I just pass back through. So getting, I pass through all those bugle beads after I'm finished weaving it in and out, weaving my thread in and out. That attaches the my thread to the piece and pulls together the bugle beads even more. Don't have to worry about it unraveling so much. And when you get to the end of the row, after I weaved back and forth through the bugle beads, and just do an overlap stitch and go back through the loop. Makes it kind of a stabilizing knot that you won't be able to see. And then that would be it. And you have that earring all finished and ready to go. Back through that loop. Kind of stabilize that knot right there. And we're good to go. And that all finished. Your brick stitch porcupine quill earring. And then we'll just attach the earring wire. We'll be finished. That it's real simple and easy method my mother taught me. So we're just going to twist open that earring wire. Slide the loop on there. Twist it back, and we're all finished with those brick stitch porcupine quill earrings. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your watching my videos. Hope you enjoyed it. I have porcupine quills. You can use colored or natural. I prefer to use the natural ones. You can look on my website if you'd like to buy some. I have them in small little 3-inch bags, and there's quite a few quills in there. I have some that I've dyed different colors with Kool-Aid. So if you're interested, go ahead and stop by. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you coming by and watching my videos. Look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions or comments or suggestions. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.